baby. She is so beautiful. She's thriving now.
What has her journey been like thus far?
Well, she was born with a heart disease. Well, it's a disease, that's a heart problem. But the chain of hope and you guys, did 2 procedures on her and she has been doing very well since then. She did her second procedure 2 days ago. And from that, yeah, she has been growing well and she's doing fine.
What has it been like having a young baby in the hospital since she was born?
Well, it was kind of hard, but I have to be every day, me and her mother, so it came on just well.
What are your emotions like today, being able to take her home after surgery number 2?
I'm good. She's fine. She's great. She looks okay. So yeah, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm happy.
What would you like to say to the Chain of Hope team?
I just want to say thank you guys for all the hard work that you've been doing. I appreciate it a lot, and not me alone. I guess everyone else. So just thank you, big thank you.
She was born with a very serious heart problem and dependent on a little tube in her heart that we had to keep open with medicine to keep her alive. If that tube closed, she would have died. And the only way that we could get her moving, get her improving, was to do a procedure to open up a blocked artery in her in her lung artery. So we came over earlier in the year to do that because she was too poorly to move, and I think if we hadn't come, she would have probably died. So we came over specially to treat her, and it was actually a very difficult procedure, extremely difficult, but we managed to get it done. She then spent quite a long time in hospital recovering from that procedure, and a number of weeks on the intensive care unit. But I always knew that there was still some narrowing in the lung vessel and that it needed to be re-stretched with a balloon. So we came back this time to do a mission and stretch that for her the day before yesterday with a really nice result. And I'm confident now that she'll go on to live a normal life. So, a real blessing,
Tell me about the work that you've been doing overall at the cardiac unit here.
So we've been, this is what we call a cath mission. So we're doing keyhole procedures that are guided by x-rays, and it allows us to make a very accurate assessment of a heart and what's going wrong with the heart, but also to treat problems in the heart. So we've closed a number of abnormal connections, we've put plugs into holes, and we've treated children with plugs that then will be normal, will not need any more treatment after that. So we've been here all week, and plan was for us to treat 13 children. We've done 10 so far, and there are another 3 that will come back on Tuesday before we go and treat them as well before we fly back.
We have an heart defect. The valve, one of the aorta, the valve is small. We have done a surgery before now in 2019 to correct the issue. However, the surgery was not a success because there is a reoccurrence of the narrowing. Yesterday, what they did do, they wanted to do a CT angiography to see exactly how small it is. They went in and they did that yesterday, and everything went well. Still awaiting doctor's review afterwards. We were supposed to also insert a balloon if it was possible.
How has this heart condition affected his life at school and life at home?
Well, it doesn't. It's just that his limit for playing is that he tires more. So he tires quickly. And that is it. It doesn't really affect him much. If you don't know Nick One Blake, you wouldn't know he's a sick child because he's always up and running and nothing bothers you. Have to keep in control relating to his playing and also his intake of fluid. And that is it. It doesn't really affect anyone much, as I said, because he's an active child. So he's always going.
Tell me a little bit about his heart condition.
Well, he had a heart condition. The valve was too narrow, so his body wasn't getting enough blood. And sometimes it's swollen, his eyes swollen. I don't know what to do. I'm so grateful and I'm so happy that he can play again and move around in each and every activity. I'd like to say thank you very much for everything.
Tell me a little bit, Mommy, about her heart condition.
Well, Kira, we went to do school medical, find out they hear a murmuring on her chest. Take her, they send me to a heart specialist. I went, I do the test. They said they find a hole, the hole from her lungs to her heart don't close up. So they refer me to here. So that's why I'm here with her. She did the operation yesterday, and she said she not feel anything, so she's okay.
Oh, okay. What kind of relief has this procedure provided for you?
A whole lot.
Tell me a little bit about the ups and downs that you've had with her.
Just, it's not a whole lot. I visit here around 3 times with her before she did the surgery. It was kind of rough, really rough, but we get through it.
Oh, okay. And how has her condition affected her life at home or at school?
It don't affect her, you know. She plays same way, she do everything same.
Oh, okay. And what would you like to say to the Chain of Hope team?
Thank you very much for everything you have done. It's really helped us as parents, so we are grateful.
This week we've had a team from Chain of Hope, a cardiology team, who have been working with our local team to help children here with congenital heart diseases. Now, in terms of context, maybe 20 years ago, a lot of these children with problems with their hearts would have to go to surgery. We'd have to open their chest and try and alleviate the problem. Now, with technology, a lot of this can be done without any major cuts on the chest. And so this team came down this week to assist our staff in closing some of these lesions. So over the course of the last 3 days, 10 children received interventions, and they're all doing well. And unlike having had surgery, they're all up and running around and in good health. So we're very grateful again to the team from Chain of Hope who have partnered with the Bustamante Children's Hospital, Chain of Hope Jamaica, and also Gift of Life Rotary in assisting our children to be so much better.